The Pyramid at the End of the World. The second part of the 3.2 episodes supposedly called the Monk Trilogy. Having rewatched the first part, once again, Extremis, I find that, like Sleep No More, it did make a lot more sense second time around. Second time around, I knew what it was going for, and therefore made a lot more sense to me. The Pyramid at the End of the World was kind of not as complicated as Extremis, but still provided a good episode and did resolve a plot thread that I was hoping they would get sorted. The Doctor, as the President of the world, as well as his companions Bill and Nardole, get called into the fictional country of Temesistan, last seen in the Doctor Who episodes The Zygon Invasion and the Zygon Invasion and the Zygon Inversion. To help, as there's a 5,000-year-old pyramid that wasn't there before in the middle of a disputed zone between the Americans, the Chinese, and the Russians. Inside the pyramid are the monks that we saw in Extremis, who claim that they want to help the human race. All the human race has to do is surrender control to them, and they'll sort out the problem, as they see an Armageddon coming in the not-too-distant future. However, they want people who act not out of fear or strategy, but out of love. The episode, I feel, was very good, very exciting. The scientist sections, until they actually were properly incorporated towards the end, with the Doctor and Nardole actually going to sort out the problem, they were maybe felt a little bit disconnected at first, but the episode flows very nicely, kind of showing the scientists who've created the bacteria, giving their backstory very well, but also trying to show the Doctor trying to deal with his blindness, and also in the middle of quite a bad conflict. The plot thread that I was hoping they would maybe get resolved within the next few episodes, which they have now figured out, was the Doctor's blindness. I mean, I felt it would be a little bit spoiled if he was having to face some of the monsters he's got coming up later in the series blinded. It would be a little bit of a shame. But at the end of this episode, the good part, he is now no longer blind. The bad point, Bill has had to surrender control of planet Earth to the monks. It looks like the next episode is going to get pretty heated, as we seem to have an alternate reality where the monks are ruled for years, and it seems at some point Bill may have to confront the Doctor. So, the Pyramid at the End of the World. Where do I think of it? Well, I don't know if it's the strongest episode, but it was a good episode. I mean, it wasn't as confusing as Extremis was, and kind of had a good feel to it. It had a good storyline, good characters, and kept me guessing. Plus, it led up to a good cliffhanger, and I'm interested to see where it may turn out. So, that's a pretty good episode. Next week, The Lie of the Land. And seemingly Missy returning for proper next week. Let's hope so.